I also do only on the side too.
What, are you actually making 1,000 or were you just having one special donor?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, come the on.
No, I really try to do everything for myself.
No, you're not. That's a load of bull.
I mean,
You rely on your girlfriend's mommy.
no.
That is you trying to get out of being pushed back on. Don't with me with your trying.
I absolutely love going over these financial audit videos. Not only do you potentially get the ability to learn more about finances for yourself, but then also you get to learn them through other people's bad decision making. The lovely train wreck that we have here today is that of a failed OF model. But the beauty is that we get to watch her entitlement, her privilege, low IQ decision-making capabilities, and that amount up to her deciding to become a digital strumpet and putting her insides up on the internet, which is something that she can never, ever take back. But then also, she failed at it. Let's get the lessons learned out of this and proceed forward without further ado.
Hey, my name is Anastasia.
Hi,
I'm
Anastasia.
28 years old. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and this is Financial Audit.
Let's go.
Thanks for coming in from LA. I don't think we've had someone from LA on this show.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of crazy people there. So
Yeah.
True.
It's going to be very interesting to see what that means in this situation.
Yeah.
What do you do there for a living?
So I work for Golden State Water Company. It's kind of an office job. So
Okay.
I work in the low income department. So I'm kind of dealing with the people who are trying to get that low income discount. So I send them the
What do you
applications.
make?
I make $26 an hour.
26, but in Los Angeles. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
more expensive cities. How many hours a
Yeah.
week do you work?
About 30 right now.
How are you surviving? I mean, just flat out, I'll just hit that out of the gate. 30 hours a week
Yeah.
in LA. How are you surviving? Are you surviving?
Barely. I'm barely surviving because I am right now currently apprenticing for a dog groomer. That's
Really?
kind of where I'm trying to go to after the office job. I
Do you
hate
need a license for that?
not as far
What's
as
the
I
apprenticing
know.
for? Do
So
you not have the necessary experience for it yet?
yeah,
$26 an hour at 30 hours per week. That's like what? $40,000 a year. $40,000 a year in Omaha, Nebraska ain't too bad, but in LA, beneath the poverty line.
yeah, I don't have any experience for it.
Okay.
So I went to my mom's groomer and she said that I could apprentice with her because I just asked. And she was like, yeah, if you can come in, but that kind of takes up a lot of my time and it doesn't pay. So basically,
There's no pay for the apprenticeship?
no.
How much time? So have you cut your hours down to 30?
Yeah, I have cut my hours
You did
down.
that by choice. Okay, how much time
Yeah.
are we spending on this grooming?
So I'll come in after work.
Then why can't you work 40 hours a week and still go in after work?
Right, because you
'Cause-
get paid.
For the grooming, it's like a 12-hour day. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm working
How many hours grooming?
8 a.m. to
No, a week. How many hours a week grooming apprentice?
like 12. 12
Okay,
hours
so that
because
puts
it's
you at
one day.
42. Honestly,
Yeah.
work 5 days a week and do the grooming on a weekend.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. But
Then how are you at 30 hours a week?
Right.
because I only work part-time during the week.
Why?
Because,
Well, why then? But the grooming's not on that day.
right. But
That's not making any sense then.
right. But I want to go home. I want to go home. After the job, I get tired and I want to go home.
Yeah, can you pay for the home?
Yeah, I can because I have help with my roommate, my
Okay.
girlfriend. So
Oh, girlfriend. Girlfriend.
yeah, girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Okay. So that helps split the rent and utilities and potentially groceries and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just girlfriend though, not marriage.
No, not marriage. Not,
Okay. Is
no.
that in the horizon?
I would like for it to be. I don't think so.
Well,
but
then if one doesn't think so, then probably not.
yeah.
So when you're saying barely surviving, what's going on? What are we talking about?
So
This is privilege beyond privilege. To say that you're barely surviving, meanwhile, you're only getting paid for 30 hours per week at $26 an hour. Ma'am, this is self-inflicted. You're barely surviving because it is your choice to work 30 hours per week. Most people that are not as privileged as what you are do not even have a choice to work anything less than 50 to 60 hours per week in order to substantiate life for themselves. So you guys are already beginning to see the lack of responsibility and discipline. Let's go. Short break from the content to share very important information. Hackers recently gained access to national public data and leaked names, social security numbers, addresses, and phone numbers of billions of U.S. citizens onto the dark web. Thankfully, I feel secure because I personally use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to alert you about potential identity theft. Utilize my link in the description box down below for a free 14-day trial. At least in those 14 days, check if you've been compromised. Plus, Aura offers a variety of other features to keep you safe online, including real-time alerts for data breaches, a VPN for secure browsing, a data broker opt-out to stop companies from selling your personal information, and much more. Again, click my link to try 2 weeks for free. Now that's aura.com/MTR, and that'll be more than enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data has been exposed.
Barely surviving. So our rent is about $1,500 split. So
That's
we each
cheap
pay
for LA.
about $800 a month.
Not bad at all. Is it a place?
No, it actually belongs to my girlfriend's mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're subsidized by
Yeah.
wealthy
wealth.
parents. Yeah.
Yeah. She owns the
So
condo.
that's why you're allowed to work 30 hours a week, because I want to go home because someone else is subsidizing your lifestyle. You would not be able to do that on your own. That's why I pushed
No,
back
you'd
a
be
little at the beginning.
homeless.
But you wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
But you are because of that. And you know what? That is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So I guess I can be okay with that as long as it's not enabling a bad lifestyle. And I don't think it is. You are still putting in 40 hours a week. Some of it's just the apprenticeship. So I am okay with that.
She's not working them now.
I'm glad you're
Just
good.
talking through it.
Yeah.
When are you going to be in the grooming of the dog world?
I'm hoping by summer, because right now I usually take off a little bit of time during the summer. So my income is not completely consistent because
How much time do you take off?
Well, I work remote because I'll go visit my relatives in New Jersey.
Cool. And work remote in New Jersey. I'm confused.
Yeah. So the remote part of it takes off some of the hours.
How much time do you take off in the summer?
Like 2
we
months.
still got to pay for bills.
Yeah.
Paid
She's
time
a
off?
grown-ass baby.
Not paid time off now.
2 months? You lose 2 months, but you're barely making it, and you lose 2 months?
Right.
I've had savings.
Out of a 12-month year, you lose 2 months.
Yeah.
What?
I've had savings the past few years, and I'll Instacart. So
What a loser.
I Instacart typically when I'm in New Jersey.
How does the girlfriend feel about the situation? The fact is that you're able to take 2 months off and 30 hours a week is your work, paid work, because her mom subsidizes life.
I would love to be able to cross-reference how much time that she works per year versus how much time that she consumes Netflix per year. How does she, in her completely delusional mindset, even consider taking a vacation where she says she's financially scraping by paycheck to paycheck? Even people who are financially stable hesitate to take long vacations, let alone 2 damn months. Perfect example of why so many Americans end up in these financial hardships, entitlement, and reckless choices masked as self-care.
I mean,
Yeah, she don't.
it's hard because she does the same thing. Because
they
she
both
works in a
losers.
different field than I do, but they have summers off. So she is able to take that time off. So then
She has summers off.
yeah,
She's not taking the
She a
time off. She
teacher?
has summers off.
right.
So she don't do
Right.
the same thing.
So I mean,
No, but what about your guys' relationship with money then?
I mean, it's not the best.
What?
That's kind of our thing that we're going through right now is like our finances are not totally aligned.
How long
like
have you guys been together?
3.5 years.
What's not aligned? Because, yeah, we would be definitely trying to minimum get aligned by then.
Yeah. So I just have way more bills than she does. So I have my car, I have my credit cards.
You're talking about debts.
Yeah,
Okay.
debts, yes. But she only pays rent.
It's crazy how her girlfriend, who comes from a well-off family, doesn't have the debt, while she, the girlfriend, doesn't have the same type of support, and she's the one in debt. She's the one choosing not to work any extra hours and instead is cruising off of the lifestyle that her lady can allow.
Well, why would she want to get married with someone who's bringing in a bunch more bills?
I mean,
What do you
Liability.
mean you're not aligned with money? You said just more bills. That's not being aligned with money.
yeah.
There has to be something more.
So, I mean, she makes less than I do. So really what we are is we are two separate entities when it comes to finances. The only thing that we share
Yeah, and I want to know
financially-
how you guys are not aligned, because I just hear a mathematical difference. A line is usually a mental thing.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, no, we're fine. I'm kind of on her about it. She's not on me about it.
What are you on her about if she's the one not in debt?
Not that, yeah.
I mean, because she'll still have times when it's harder for her and I'll have to help with the money.
You're in debt, but you have to help her, but her mom is helping you.
Yeah.
So there's a weird triangle of confusion money.
Yeah, it is. She's younger than I am, so
How much younger? What?
She's 26.
Oh no, a baby.
Yeah, no.
Why? That's not even. Why does that even matter?
It doesn't. You're right. I just feel like
Then why? I feel like that is kind of almost an enablement of her, a justification of her being able to just slack.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely.
What does she make?
She makes $25 an hour.
It's $1
How many
less.
hours a week?
30.
You try to make it sound like some massive substantial difference. It's $1.
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Then what the? Then what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Okay. No.
Please.
Let's talk about what are we talking about here.
What is going on?
What is going on? Okay, here, let's go back to this. Where would you like to start from again? Relationship, like where we are financially, like where would you like to start again from? Because I feel like we should just like
I'm just
back.
asking you,
Yes.
what are we talking about today? What is your situation that we are talking about today?
I mean, I've got debt. I want to move out of this job. I want a different job.
Okay, and it's the grooming.
Yeah.
How many hours a week is the grooming going to be?
Well, the grooming, I think it would end up being 5 days a week. But it's not an hourly pay. It's a like
Per job?
per dog. Yeah.
Are you going to have to do side hustles? Is this going to be...
It's like $100 per dog. So like they get in like 6 or 7 dogs a day. So
Yeah, but are you working for a company or are you on your own?
no, it's for a independent owner.
Yeah, I was
so
going to say,
crazy.
because you would have to focus on the whole recruiting part and everything. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to have to rely on someone else to bring in. You're going to be an employee. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And you're going to be able to sustain yourself with that?
Yeah, I mean, I also do OnlyFans on the side too
There
for
we
a
go.
little bit of extra income. So
Is that what pushes you over to be able to pay the bills?
not really. I mean, OnlyFans has kind of gone down a little bit
For you or for everyone?
I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but for me, because I had a whole ordeal with like an OnlyFans agency where they kind of like trashed my account.
What?
So, I mean, okay, so I started OnlyFans back in.
Here's the LA part.
Yeah.
This makes more sense.
Yeah.
So I started OnlyFans back in August, and I had the help of my friend who was working for an OnlyFans agency. So she actually always told me, don't go to an agency.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Then let's go to an agency. If one of our close friends works for one and says don't.
That's that modern woman LA bullshit in spots like California. You talk to your homegirl about financial struggles. Oh, well, just put your cakes up on OnlyFans. Like, seriously, you cannot make this shit up. Instead of picking up extra hours, instead of putting down the Netflix and instead put it into something that you can learn to gain a higher income earning skill, or even reduce their spending, put a cap on their budget to reduce debt. No, it's none of that. It's just sell myself online. This quick fix, short-term mindset isn't helping anyone. I actually like this comment right here. I'll pop it up on the screen. This girl got the old school Hollywood treatment just via OnlyFans. 20 years ago, she would have been getting scammed on headshots, acting classes, and talent agents. It's a tale as old as time. Now it's just being publicized to where everyone can see it.
Yeah. So what happened was I ended up making like 10K that first month.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, well, this is fantastic income. So then it started going down. My friend didn't want to really help me as much anymore. So it was kind of on my own at that point.
She belongs to the street. Percocet, yeah. Miley Percocet, Percocet, yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't want to do this on my own. So that's why I went to an agency, because I was already giving like her a cut and my other friend a cut to kind of help me with the account. So I was like, I mean, if they're not helping me, like it's not going to be any real like difference. Like I was already giving a percentage away. So I was like, if I join an agency and they kind of help me run the account, then it's basically the same thing. It's just not my friends. So in December, I decided to go with the first agency.
Okay.
Didn't work out because they were really bad at communicating, and they were taking 35% of what I was making, but they weren't really doing anything. So that's when my income from that started to go down a little bit.
What are they supposed to be doing?
They're supposed to be marketing and like promoting and running the account, like chatting and stuff. So all they were basically doing was chatting. And so, I mean, I thought they were going to help me with the promotion, which would get the traffic in, but then they weren't bringing traffic in, so they weren't really making money.
What's a chatter?
A chatter, so typically it's someone, when it's a part of an agency, a lot of the time it's someone from overseas who is chatting, pretending to be you. So they're talking to...
So a dude's getting off to an Indian dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
Indian, or I think a lot of the time they're from the Philippines. I've heard that a lot. I don't know, because they never let me talk to the chatters. So
You can't talk to the people doing your own inbox.
Nope.
Okay, sorry, go on.
Now, I can't ignore my business mind side. I think that shit is genius, honestly. Especially because the majority of these young women, like, can you imagine her having a conversation with a dude? I mean, she's all beyond. She don't know how to talk to dudes. She doesn't know what dudes want to hear. She's not good at it. Outsource that shit. You got Martinez over here in the Philippines that know exactly what a man wants and just speaks for you. The gave a pay business model is absolutely incredible. But the thing is that the dudes don't even know that they're participating in it. But the dudes here don't even know. These widows think that these cheap-ass women actually care about them. Meanwhile, they signed to an agency. Let's hear more.
So I ended up ending it with that agency. I found another one that was like, I'm going to make you
hilarious.
so much money. I'm going to make you like $30K within the first 2 months. And like...
Big promises.
I mean, I took it with a grain of salt, but I was like, okay, well, hopefully these people have it a little bit more under control than the last people did. And he was better at talking to me. All of a sudden, though, then he stopped talking to me too. And then he called me and was like, hey.
He is an agency?
Yeah. So I only spoke to one person.
I only spoke
to one person. Yeah. So.
Okay.
My judgment, I don't know. I couldn't tell you about my better judgment.
It's bad.
But so he ended up calling me one day and said, our office caught on fire. So we're not able to support you anymore. We're going to send you over to another agency.
Is this after the LA fires?
And so then now I'm on my third agency. And this agency, they ended up... it was one main guy in charge of it, and then I had like a team. So this was the first time that I had like a full team that I was like talking to, like a social media person and the CEO and just like the person who was in charge of chatting. So the communication was better, but they still weren't really making me money. Like they weren't promoting me. They ended up like, so I have like an alias on OnlyFans, and so
fake name.
Yeah, I have a fake name on
like
OnlyFans.
Okay.
And they ended up sending out a shout out, the only shout out that they ever sent, and they sent out like my actual name. So
okay.
Yeah, so I told them,
you.
hey, like I need you guys to take that down. It was up for like maybe an hour and a half, I think. So it wasn't up for that long, but it was up long enough that like there were people who saw it. So then they took that down. After that, they really like weren't really talking to me. Like I was like, hey, like, do you guys need anything from me? And
how much are you making?
When trying to make
so
a quick
I was
buck goes
making
wrong.
$2,000 with them.
A month?
Before I even joined with agencies, I was making like $5,000 a month.
What the fuck are you doing? Okay.
So then I joined the agencies and like they got me like 2,000, 1,000. Like it really shot it down a lot. At one point, there was a guy who messaged in the inbox and was like, "Hi, so-and-so," and used my like real name. And the chatter was like, "Oh, hi," like didn't shut it down at all. And then the guy was like, "You're so easy to find on the internet. Like you're so actually easy to like
Wow.
find." And the chatter totally just was like egging it on. He was like, "Hey, how would you like it if I took your photos for you and helped promo you on another site?" And the chatter
Whoa.
said, "Yeah, that'd be cool." And no one talked to me about it. No one got my permission to
Wow.
do that. Like he had like my identity. Like he was ready to post like everything real about me on this random site. And so then he did. And the company, the agency that I was with, they didn't tell me. All they did was they blocked the guy. And then they...
Is this a long-winded way of saying you don't make that much right now?
It is, but...
How much do you make what?
No, I want to finish the story. So, what happened after that? Now I lost my train of thought. So, where did I leave off?
A dude
Caleb?
posted boobies online.
Yes.
You guys got it taken down.
Yes, it got taken down 2 days later. What they did was they blocked the guy and they removed the chat, and then they tried to pretend like it didn't happen. And so I tried to get a
Yeah,
lawyer.
notoriously good. OF agencies. That's who we should trust. Okay. Yep.
Listen, I thought they were going to make me money, but they didn't.
The crazy thing is that her friend tried to warn her to the degree of shadiness that exists within some of these companies, or that they don't really give a F about you. But she ignored it. She wanted that get-rich-quick scheme and got played because of it. And it's hard to ignore when the red flags are right there, and she chose the path of least resistance and got burned because of it. And it just makes you think, like, at what point is she gonna stop blaming everybody else around her and take responsibility for the decisions that she has made? Fast money usually is never smart money. She had to learn that the hard way. I mean, she got scammed by 3 different dudes pretending that they were agencies. Let's finish up.
So I tried to get like a lawyer and everything involved, and that didn't end up working out because lawyers are expensive.
Yeah.
And so I never fully like, they just started ignoring me. So
Yeah, you got to
So
pay them.
then at this point, how much do you make a month off this?
off of this, nothing. They ruined my
Nothing.
account.
You do nothing.
Yeah, they ruined my,
Well, how long has it been since you've stopped using them?
like a month.
Oh, very fresh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, are you posting?
No.
Well, you're not gonna make money if you don't fucking post.
I know.
right?
I fell off of it because I was like,
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, you got f***ed by the agency.
yeah. And that,
doxed.
it kind of just turned me off to the whole thing. Do I want to keep doing it? Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Because,
Okay. Well, there you go. Then
Yeah.
you do. I don't know.
yeah. I just like, I'm now so in the habit of not going on the account because people were on my account for so long that I just fell
can't
out
believe
of it.
I'm gonna fucking give a tutorial on how to
No,
do
and I
this.
know. I know how to do it.
Here's the thing: it's a business.
Yes.
You gotta produce the product for the business to work.
Yes.
You gotta have a little bit of drive. I'm not even saying you should, but I'm just saying if it is your choice to do that, whatever. I don't give a consented adults, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you gotta fucking put in effort.
I also wonder if the girlfriend is okay with this. Like, does the girlfriend even know? Why is the girlfriend not helping her out with the account? But Caleb's right. There's an effort problem here. No matter what it is that she chooses to do, she seems to only put a minuscule amount in, but in her delusional mind wants everything out. All right, guys, that's why I'm going to stop the content right here. There's about an hour or so more of content. I'll leave a link to it down in the description box down below. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to financial discipline and being honest with yourself, wherever you're at in life, not everyone's playing the same hand. And some people have familial support, some don't. Some can take risks. Others have to hustle every single day just to keep their head up above water. Everyone is born into a difficulty setting, and that's real life. Ain't shit equal, ain't shit fair about it. But no matter what it is that you choose, and I would never recommend someone do something like OF, but whatever that you choose, you got to treat yourself like a business. If you want success out of it, you have to grind, you have to learn, you have to plan, you have to market, you have to understand what you're doing and how you can do it better than your competitors. You have to understand all these things. And I think so many people get confused because they look at lifestyles on the internet and just assume that there wasn't a grind put into that. Meanwhile, you're looking at someone who got it illegally, right? Who scammed, or someone who actually put in the work, but the work ain't sexy, baby. So they're not going to be IGing about the work. Why would they? So be smart, choose long-term over short-term, stay grounded, and put in the damn work. That's how you actually build something that lasts. Last but not least, before I get out of here, guys, join my men's self-development community. From a financial perspective, we talk about topics like this, but we get a little bit more tactical into the things that you can do in order to execute, to gain more revenue, how you can execute on a budget that makes sense for you, and where to put your money, how to invest in your quest to build wealth over time. That's one of the many different topics that we talk about. Link to it down in the description box down below. Click that link, beam up, see what we're about, and I'll see you up there. Until next time, you two, peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.